I want to talk about a principle so simple yet so transformative that if you embrace it fully, success becomes inevitable. That principle is, focus on your growth until success has no choice. In a world that constantly demands more, moves faster than ever, and celebrates instant results, it's easy to get distracted. Social media shows everyone else's highlight reels, the world whispers that you're falling behind, and your own mind can be your harshest critic. But true success, lasting, meaningful success, does not arrive because of shortcuts, luck, or applause. It arrives because you dedicate yourself to consistent growth every single day. Growth is not glamorous. It doesn't always feel exciting. It's the quiet morning when you wake up early to work on your skills. It's the extra hour spent learning, reading, practicing, and reflecting. Growth is in the discipline of showing up when no one is watching, when no one will reward you, when the world is silent. Stoicism teaches us that our focus should be on what we can control, our actions, our mindset, and our effort, not on what we cannot control, outcomes, opinions, or external validation. Consider this: every small improvement compounds over time. The person who reads just 20 pages a day, practices one more skill, reflects on one more lesson, builds habits, and strengthens their mindset. This person is building a foundation so strong that success has no choice but to follow. Growth is a process. It's a daily commitment. And like the Stoics say, external events are indifferent. It's how we respond that shapes our destiny. Now let's talk about setbacks. Growth is never linear. You will face failures, rejections, and moments where progress feels invisible. This is where Stoicism becomes your anchor. Embrace the struggle. Accept it. Learn from it. Every challenge is feedback, every obstacle a lesson. Remember, the oak tree, i.e., grows strong, not in a sheltered greenhouse, but by standing firm against storms. You too grow stronger by facing adversity head-on. The truth is, most people chase success. They chase money, recognition, and outcomes, hoping that life will reward them. But the Stoic path is different. Focus on becoming a person worthy of success, and the outcomes will follow naturally. Build yourself daily, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Refine your skills, strengthen your mind, cultivate patience and resilience. When your growth is relentless, success has no option but to arrive. Ask yourself daily, what did I do today to get closer to the person I want to become? What skill did I improve? What habit did I strengthen? These small questions shape a life of discipline and purpose. They build character. They forge a mindset that refuses to be shaken by failure, criticism, or doubt. So today, I challenge you. Stop worrying about the scoreboard. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop waiting for motivation. Focus instead on your growth. Invest in yourself with relentless consistency. Commit to being better than you were yesterday. Because when your growth is unstoppable, success does not have a choice. It becomes inevitable. Remember, the journey is your teacher. Every day is an opportunity to build yourself stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Focus on your growth. Build yourself daily. Master yourself. And success, true, lasting success, will follow, not as a reward, but as the natural consequence of who you have become. In life, the loudest noise is often not the world outside, but the chatter inside our own minds. We are constantly bombarded with distractions, comparisons, and the temptation to take shortcuts. Social media paints perfect pictures of others' lives, while we struggle in silence, feeling inadequate or behind. Yet the truth that many overlook is simple. Success is not about speed, recognition, or luck. Success is about growth. It is about becoming the person capable of handling what life has to offer, even before the opportunities arrive. The path of growth is quiet, often unseen, and relentlessly demanding. It asks nothing from the world but everything from yourself. Every day, you have the chance to invest in yourself, to build skills, strengthen your mind, and cultivate habits that compound into excellence over time. Stoicism teaches us that we should focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, our actions, and our responses, not on the whims of fortune, the opinions of others, or outcomes that lie outside our influence. The practice of growth is inherently Stoic because it is deliberate, consistent, and grounded in self-mastery. Imagine waking up each morning with a mindset that your day is an opportunity to become slightly better than yesterday. It is not a grand gesture, not a viral success, but a small, disciplined action that adds up over time. One more page read, one more skill practiced, one more moment of self-reflection, one more choice to act rather than react. These are the building blocks of a life that cannot be shaken by external forces. Growth is compounded effort, patience, and persistence. It is in the early mornings when the world sleeps, in the quiet hours of practice, in the moments when you feel unseen and unappreciated, that true transformation occurs. The world often rewards appearance and noise, but lasting success is the reward of sustained, invisible effort. Those who focus on growth do not chase applause, they chase mastery, understanding that the results will arrive in their own time naturally as a consequence of consistent work. Challenges are not obstacles, they are feedback. Failures are not signs of inadequacy, they are lessons in disguise. Life will test you repeatedly, but the person committed to growth sees each trial as an opportunity to strengthen character. Stoicism teaches us that it is not events that disturb us, but our judgments of them. A setback does not define your journey, your response does. You can either crumble under pressure or rise with purpose. Each failure, each criticism, each rejection is an invitation to refine yourself, to deepen your resilience, and to sharpen your skills. Growth is forged in adversity, just as a sword is tempered in fire. The oak tree grows strong because it bends with the storm and stands firm against the wind. Likewise, your mind, your discipline, and your character grow through trials, shaping you into a person whom success cannot ignore. Discipline is the bridge between potential and achievement. Without daily commitment, talent remains dormant, ideas remain unrealized, and dreams fade into wishful thinking. To grow, you must commit to small actions consistently. It is not the dramatic gestures that transform lives, but the repeated, deliberate practice of excellence. Every habit you cultivate, every skill you hone, every moment you spend in self-reflection builds a foundation that cannot be shaken. This is why the Stoics remind us that life is long enough if we know how to use it. Time is the most precious resource, yet it is squandered easily on distractions, procrastination, and comparison. By focusing on your growth, you take control of time, shaping it into a tool that molds you into your highest potential. Each day, each hour, each choice becomes an investment in yourself, a seed planted for future success. Comparison is the thief of progress. It is easy to look at the achievements of others and feel envy, doubt, or frustration. Life does not wait for anyone, and the world does not bend to accommodate your plans or expectations. Many people spend their days reacting to circumstances, chasing results, and waiting for motivation to arrive, unaware that the most powerful force for transformation lies within themselves. Growth is a choice, a deliberate practice that must be pursued consistently, day after day. Success is not a gift, nor is it a product of luck. It is the outcome of persistent effort, disciplined action, and an unwavering commitment to becoming better than you were yesterday. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control external events, but we can control our effort, our response, and the choices we make. By focusing on growth, we reclaim agency over our lives and build a foundation where success becomes inevitable, a natural consequence of consistent self-improvement. True growth is quiet, invisible, and often overlooked. It occurs in the early mornings when the world sleeps, in the hours spent learning, practicing, and reflecting. It manifests in the discipline to wake up early, to study, to train, to practice your craft, and to push beyond your perceived limits even when no one is watching. While many seek instant results, recognition, and shortcuts, those committed to growth invest in themselves without expectation of immediate reward. Every page read, every skill honed, every habit strengthened, and every moment of reflection compounds over time, creating a trajectory that makes success inevitable. Growth thrives in patience, consistency, and deliberate effort, not in convenience, applause, or external validation. Those who understand this principle cultivate momentum that cannot be stopped because their development is rooted in action rather than aspiration. Obstacles and setbacks are unavoidable, Yet they are not enemies. They are teachers. Life will challenge your patience, test your perseverance, and expose weaknesses you did not know existed. Every failure, every rejection, and every disappointment offers feedback and an opportunity to refine your approach, strengthen your resolve, and grow wiser. Stoicism teaches that it is not events themselves, but our perception of them, that shapes our experience. A setback is not a defeat. It is a stepping stone toward mastery and resilience. The person who embraces challenges as essential to growth gains insight, endurance, and perspective that cannot be acquired through success alone. Just as the strongest steel is forged in fire, character and strength are cultivated through adversity, reflection, and deliberate effort. Discipline is the bridge between potential and achievement. Talent and ambition are insufficient without consistent action. Growth demands structure, focus, and the willingness to do the work others avoid. Habits are the architecture of character, shaping the person you become over time. By dedicating yourself to improvement, learning, and deliberate action each day, you cultivate a mindset that is resilient, adaptable, and unstoppable. The power of growth lies in repetition, consistency, and the accumulation of small actions performed with intention. Motivation may be fleeting, but discipline endures, ensuring progress continues even when inspiration fades. Comparison is a subtle enemy that can derail progress. In a world of constant visibility, it is easy to measure yourself against others and feel inadequate or discouraged. Social media amplifies this effect, showcasing curated moments of success while hiding the effort, failure, and persistence behind the scenes. Stoicism teaches that the only meaningful measure of progress is your own growth. Focus on your journey, not the achievements of others. Measure yourself against who you were yesterday, and let every action reflect your commitment to self-mastery. When your energy is invested in growth rather than external validation, momentum builds and success becomes inevitable. Growth is personal, deliberate. Life rewards those who focus on their growth more than their circumstances. Too often, people wait for conditions to be perfect, for opportunities to present themselves, or for motivation to arrive, not realizing that growth is a choice and a daily practice. Success is not something that happens to you. It is something you create through consistent effort, deliberate action, and unshakable discipline. The Stoics remind us that external events are beyond our control, but our effort, mindset, and responses are entirely within it. By focusing on personal growth, you gain control over your life, and success becomes not a question of chance, but a matter of inevitability. Growth is a daily commitment, a series of small actions that, compounded over time, create outcomes far greater than what immediate effort alone could achieve. True growth is often invisible. It occurs in the quiet moments when no one is watching, in the hours spent learning, practicing, and reflecting. It happens in the discipline to wake up early, to study, to refine your skills, and to challenge your limits. While the world chases shortcuts, instant results, and recognition, the person committed to growth invests in themselves without expectation of reward. Every book read, every skill practiced, every habit strengthened, and every moment of self-reflection builds a foundation that makes success unavoidable. Growth is patient and deliberate. It thrives in focus and consistency, not in haste or external validation. Those who understand this principle become unstoppable because their development is rooted in action rather than aspiration. Obstacles are inevitable, yet they are not enemies, they are teachers. Life will challenge you, testing your patience, discipline, and resilience. Every failure, rejection, or setback provides feedback and an opportunity to refine your approach. Stoicism teaches that it is not events themselves but our perception of them that shapes our experience. A setback is not a defeat, it is a lesson in preparation for future success. The person who embraces challenges as part of their growth journey becomes stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling adversity. Just as the strongest steel is forged in fire, the most resilient minds are shaped through trials, reflection, and persistent effort. Discipline is the bridge that connects potential to achievement. Talent and ambition alone are not enough to create lasting results. Consistency, focus, and daily action are what transform potential into reality. Every habit you cultivate, every skill you practice, every choice to act rather than procrastinate contributes to the structure of your future. Growth requires showing up even when motivation wanes and pushing through discomfort and fatigue. The discipline to maintain daily effort compounds over time, producing results far beyond what immediate action alone could achieve. It is in this relentless commitment that success is born, not as a gift, but as a natural consequence of personal development. Comparison is a silent enemy that can derail growth. In a world filled with constant visibility, it is easy to measure your progress against others and feel inadequate. Social media amplifies this effect, showing curated moments of success while hiding the struggle, persistence, and failure behind the scenes. Stoicism teaches that the only meaningful measure of progress is your own growth. Focus on improving yourself, not outpacing others. Measure your achievements against who you were yesterday, and let every action reflect a commitment to self-mastery. When your energy is invested in personal growth rather than external validation, you create momentum that cannot be shaken by envy, doubt, or distraction. Growth is personal, deliberate, and self-reinforcing, and this mindset ensures that success is inevitable. Patience is an essential component of growth. Real transformation does not happen overnight, nor should it. Instant gratification. In the pursuit of success, most people focus on the wrong things. They chase results, recognition, and shortcuts, believing that achievement is something that happens to them rather than something they create. Yet, the reality is that lasting success is always preceded by growth. Growth is not accidental. It is deliberate, consistent, and often invisible. It is the daily choices you make, the habits you cultivate, and the mindset you nurture that determine the trajectory of your life. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control external events, but we can control our effort, our response, and our focus. By concentrating on personal growth, you reclaim power over your life, and you create conditions where success is not a question of luck, but a natural consequence. Growth is never convenient. It does not wait for the perfect moment or for motivation to appear. It requires action even when circumstances are difficult, when the world is chaotic, or when fear and doubt rise within. The discipline to act regardless of feelings is the hallmark of those who achieve extraordinary results. Small daily actions, reading, practicing, reflecting, exercising, learning, compound over time into capabilities and resilience that set you apart. Most people underestimate the power of these incremental steps because they are invisible in the short term, but they accumulate to create a momentum that cannot be stopped. By focusing on your growth every day, you build a foundation so strong that obstacles cannot topple you, and success has no choice but to follow. Failures are inevitable. Life will challenge you, push you to your limits, and expose weaknesses you did not know existed. But these moments are not to be feared. They are essential to growth. Stoicism teaches that it is not the events themselves, but our judgments of them that shape our experience. Every setback is feedback, every disappointment a lesson, every rejection a chance to strengthen character. The person who embraces failure as a teacher gains insight, resilience, and perspective that cannot be achieved through success alone. Growth requires confronting discomfort, persisting when results are not immediate, and continuing to refine your approach with patience and humility. Discipline is the key to transforming potential into reality. Without daily, consistent effort, talent and ambition remain dormant. Growth demands structure, commitment, and a willingness to do the work that others avoid. Habits form the framework of character. They determine who you become over time. By dedicating yourself to improving, learning, and acting with intention each day, you cultivate a mindset that is resilient, adaptable, and unstoppable. The power of growth lies in repetition, consistency, and the accumulation of small, deliberate actions. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline endures, carrying you forward even when inspiration fades. Comparison is one of the greatest obstacles to growth. In a world of constant visibility, it is easy to measure yourself against others and feel inadequate. Social media amplifies this effect, showing curated moments of success while hiding the effort, failure, and struggle behind the scenes. Stoicism teaches that the only meaningful measure of progress is your own growth. Focus on the person you were yesterday and the person you are becoming today. Let every action, decision, and effort be a reflection of your commitment to self-improvement rather than the pursuit of approval or validation. By concentrating on internal growth rather than external recognition, you free yourself from distraction and align your energy with meaningful progress. Patience is essential on the path to growth. True transformation does not happen overnight. Instant gratification may tempt you. You too look for shortcuts, but the results gained without effort are temporary and fragile. The Stoics valued endurance and persistence, understanding that strength, wisdom, and skill develop gradually. Life is a journey of constant evolution, yet most people spend it reacting to circumstances instead of shaping them. They wait for motivation, for inspiration, for the perfect moment to act, unaware that growth demands action even when conditions are imperfect. The truth is that success is not a gift or a stroke of luck. It is a consequence of consistent effort, deliberate practice, and an unwavering commitment to improving yourself every single day. The moment you understand that your only responsibility is to grow, everything else falls into perspective. You no longer compete with others, you compete with who you were yesterday. You no longer chase fleeting rewards, you build a foundation that guarantees lasting achievement. Stoicism teaches that external events are indifferent and that the quality of your life is determined by how you respond to them. By focusing on your own growth, you reclaim control over your destiny, and you begin a journey where success has no choice but to follow. The essence of growth lies in repetition. Small actions, taken consistently over time, yield results far beyond what a single dramatic effort could produce. Reading a few pages each day compounds into knowledge that informs decisions, shapes strategies, and strengthens perspective. Practicing a skill for a brief daily interval develops mastery far more reliably than occasional intense bursts of effort. Reflecting on decisions and behaviors daily enhances awareness, cultivates emotional intelligence, and reinforces self-discipline. Growth is cumulative, and those who embrace it understand that every moment is an opportunity to invest in themselves. While others chase shortcuts and quick wins, the person committed to growth recognizes the power of consistency, the inevitability of compounding effort, and the quiet triumph of self-mastery. Setbacks are inevitable. Life will test your resolve, your patience, and your character. You will face criticism, rejection, and failure. Yet these are not signs of weakness, they are opportunities for refinement. Stoic philosophy teaches that it is not the events themselves, but our perception of them that shapes our experience. A failure does not define you, your response to it does. Each challenge is a teacher, each struggle a crucible that strengthens your resolve. The oak tree grows tall and unyielding because it endures storms, winds, and harsh seasons. Similarly, your growth accelerates when you confront adversity with courage, resilience, and a mindset oriented toward learning. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional, and the person who focuses on growth transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Discipline is the invisible architecture of success. It is the bridge that connects potential to reality. Without daily commitment, ambition remains unrealized, dreams remain abstract, and talent remains latent. Growth requires intentionality. Every habit you cultivate, every skill you sharpen, and every moment you dedicate to improvement is a brick in the foundation of your future. This process is invisible, often unrewarded in the short term, yet it is the engine that propels you toward success over time. By building yourself daily, mentally, emotionally, and physically, you create momentum that becomes unstoppable. Motivation may waver, but discipline does not. Discipline ensures that progress continues even when inspiration fades. Comparison is a trap. The world will constantly present examples of others' achievements, tempting you to doubt your own path or pace. Social media amplifies this effect, showing carefully curated success stories while masking years of effort, failure, and struggle. Stoicism teaches that our concern should be with what we can control, our actions, our mindset, our consistency. Your growth is yours alone. Measure it against yourself, not against others. Seek improvement daily, focusing on small, actionable steps that compound into meaningful transformation. By directing